Good morning, everybody. It's a cloudy morning. This morning we are going to make a little pad in here for a shipping container. And we have already got Christian here with a load of rocks, so I'll get him backed in here. And we'll go over laying things out and getting everything ready. Load number one. Getting 2 loads. I think that's going to be a bit much, but rather have enough because it calculated out to just almost 12 yards from the drop we have here and stuff. So if he doesn't want all of it, I'll bring my little truck over. First thing we're going to do, I figure out where the gravel came from, but he had that little portable building set up, and it had like flower pots or little buckets with gravel in it, so he dumped them out. First thing we're doing is scraping the surface and getting the vegetation off. Not necessarily what we're doing is that important. The sucky part is I gotta get rid of this stuff. Maybe after I'm done, I'll kind of push it up against the some kind of little critter nest there. Dad with us today because I am literally next door to my house. Dad used to always be my grade rod guy. He did a really good job. He was pretty much the best grade rod person I've ever had. But he got Parkinson's here. And he got diagnosed, I believe, in 2019, and he hasn't been able to work with me for several years now, and he really misses it, and I miss it. So being this is for a friend next door, and we're not in that big a hurry. But if he gets tired, he can literally drive across the street with his little Kubota, and he can go home. Yes, use the blade. Exactly know where 40 feet is. She's got a tractor. I'll just pile this up over here for right now. Try not to block my camera. He can do something else with it if he wants. I'll call him before I'm done. He's out working. Done with grading this off, then we'll set some stakes, and it helps if I pick my blade up and not drag everything back to me. First thing we're going to do is set the laser up. See what we got for grades. One more pass down the side. Push that other stuff in the pile. And we'll be ready to take some shots and put some stakes up. My calculations, 2 loads is more than we need. But by sitting here and looking at it and feeling what it felt like on the machine, I'm hoping 2 loads is enough. Okay, so we got our baseline there at our high point, or I think it's our high point. Check it in the middle. Okay, so we're at 3 foot, 1/2 inch. So we're 4 inches lower there. It's not going to be exact.
$42.2.
42.2. 42.2. 42.2. We even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. Yep. Yeah. That's a little tight here. Swinging a little slower because I'm trying not to scatter gravel all over. I should have scraped pine needles off of there because ran a string line down the side, so I had something to go off of. This stuff's gonna be hard to get perfectly on with these big chunks in it. This is what we call 4-inch minus. I would have used 3/4 minus, which is finer, grades out a lot easier, and but this ground has no bottom to it. It gets wet. Been wanting to do this. Not yet. We've been wanting to do this or he asked me to do this for him a while back, and it's just been too wet. 2 doors down is where I pulled the Toyota pickup out of the mud. His dirt here is exactly the same. One day, one of his trucks, he had it right there behind the shop, just kind of to my right. And middle of summer, dry as can be, and he decided to wash his truck, and it started sinking just from the water hitting it, washing it. So we opted for the bigger rock to just be sure that the those shipping containers, the 40-footers there, oops, grab another bucket full. allergies are starting to get me again. This stuff's going to be a lot harder to level out. Oh. There. It's in there now. Oh, cool. One of the neighbors are burning pine needles again. Not against burning, but oh, I get sick of the pine needles in the spring. Try to burn them when they're wet, and they just lay there and smolder. Just tears my sinuses up, makes my eyes burn. Other than that, it's wonderful. Alright, we'll keep that. Reach barely. Okay, see where we're at. Now for the fun part. Having the bigger rock. Friend wasn't real concerned about how are we right here on the end. Don't fall. Okay. Be careful walking on those rocks. Pretty close. Like I say, it's going to be very hard to get it just dead perfect. With 3/4 minus, it's a lot easier. But still low. But ground, it needs a lot of support. Of course, the only place that's really putting weight is the corners of the shipping container, so the whole pad didn't need to be that, but might have to drop it another inch or two. That's as close as I'm going to get it. I sure miss working with my dad. Whew, solid tone. Then I'm going to back drag over it and mess that up. Careful. Pretty close. Where's my stake? Yeah, it did really good. It only almost fell once. That big rock is hard to walk on for me. Hard to walk on for anything. I shoved that in with the machine, so it's probably... He's got 3/4 minus. He's gonna scatter over the top of this. I hauled him for him several years ago. Nobody found it. Now we're going to walk this in. Lay some of those big rocks down. Just kind of evens it up, packs it in somewhat. I think I've got enough here to do what I really want to do, but oh, jeez. Haven't seen his crescent wrench yet. Should have kept my blade facing the way I had it. Make it? I don't know. This isn't going to be very compacted, but dresses it up anyhow. We're going to be so close to having enough material. Still haven't seen his crescent wrench. I'm going to go out on a limb and say his crescent wrench has found its final resting place. Maybe in 100 years somebody will dig it up. This is fluffy stuff. Stuff's hard to work with. Looks nice, but yeah. I just ran out of material. Well, almost made it. Over any of my tools. There we go. Well, there we go. We have got a pad for a shipping container. Got it dressed up. I think it's looking pretty good. The important part, does he think it looks good?
Looks great.
Looks great. Okay. We're a success. So, well, everyone, thanks for riding along. That's our little how-to video. I'm sure plenty of people will tell me I did it wrong. So, hey, leave it in the comments. It helps the channel. Hit that like button. Subscribe. That helps the channel. Go check my website out, reberpuredirt.com. Go buy some swag. That helps the channel out. So I just appreciate everybody. The channel's doing good, and I'm having fun with it. So everyone, have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you on the next one.